thing to be the right person, to marry the right person, then do the wrong things and destroy the marriage. So you don't even know what that person's love language is. You know what marriage really is two of you learning about each other for the rest of your life. Pastor K and I, when I was having my son, yes, I was having my son. And Pastor K came, I had my son in Houston. He's the one I had in Houston. So Pastor K came to drop us off because I was going to be here for a few months. And he, of course, he had to go back to work in Nigeria and he'll be traveling and come to see us, that kind of thing. So before he left, he wanted to make it comfortable for me. So everybody knows here in America, you have to have a car. Yes, you're going to... In fact, then Uber wasn't even a thing really at that time. So you had to have a car or you have to be calling someone to come and pick you and things like that. So Pastor K came to drop me. And then instead of spending time, because he had like a week to settle us into the apartment and everything, instead of him to stay with me, he'll wake up in the morning, go out. He'll come back in the evening. Well, so the day before he was leaving, he went out early in the morning, came back with a car, brand new SUV, parked it. I was like, Honey, come. So I followed him with my big tummy. What's happened? I was breathing. He said, Honey, come and see, I just bought you a car. I said, okay. I went back inside. He stood there, he was confused. The way a lot of men are looking at me too confused right now. Like they bought you a brand new 2015 car in 2015 and you said, okay, and went back inside. And so Pascal was like, so my daughters, the two of them were like, Mommy, drive. Pascal said, you won't even drive it. I said, oh, okay. I went back, opened the car, entered. I said, children, seat belts. I drove around the estate we were staying, came back, parked, went back inside the house. He said, wait, I don't understand what's going on. I said, you're supposed to be going tomorrow. You didn't spend time with me. You bought a car. Honestly, my husband thought I was mad. And I forgive all you other men in the room who also think I was mad. But you see, he was speaking a language I wasn't understanding. My husband's love language is acts of service. What does he need you to be with him for if you cannot solve his problem? Okay, so you're with me and I go back tomorrow, then you start looking forward to drive you around to the hospital. So he said, no. I said, no, I wanted you, not car. And so he understood. So you see, someone else would have said, what do you mean by that? That would have caused a quarrel. That was a good learning moment for both of us. That this man, he wants to solve your problem. That's how he says, I love you. Because most times, what your love language is what you want to give to the other person. Yes. So if you're an acts of service kind of person, you feel loved when people are helping you. You want to help or solve problems. But I'm not. I don't need anybody to solve my problems. I want someone to be with me because I'm an introvert. I don't have many people and I don't know how to make friends. So I like the people that are my people to be with me. And they're going to buy a car. What's my business? So we had to... So understanding each other's love language and speaking it is a major part of doing the right thing. So a lot of times I find people saying, I've done everything, but my wife is, in fact, I'm frustrated. I'm like, you haven't done everything. You may have done a lot of things, but you haven't done the right thing. You haven't done what they understand as love. So the first thing is for you to be the right person. Second thing is to pick the right person. And the third thing is to do the right thing. That will ensure that your marriage works. Now, for your marriage to last long is a totally different ballgame. Okay? So I'm going to give you a few things. I hope time will permit. But the first thing, you need to shut all windows and all doors in your marriage. Every time we do counseling, first session, this is what I say to the couple. If you are in a room and there are no windows and there are no doors, and fire breaks out in that room, what will you do? What will you do? Anybody? You have to put the fire out. But if there are windows and there are doors, what do? Everybody will find their way out. So what happens in marriage is that when you walk into marriage, if you leave the windows and doors open, you will use it. You have to seal every window. You have to tell yourself, now that we've gotten married, there's no way out. So divorce becomes a curse word. For you, it becomes till death do us part. And that's what covenant really is. Covenant is that two become one. That means you are no longer two people. Pastor K explained this yesterday. We're no longer Kingsley and Mildred. We're kindred. He's the head and I'm the body. And for the marriage to end, it means we're separating head from body. And what's that? That's death. If you separate a head from a body, it's death. And that's what God was saying, that I hate divorce. I hate the dismembering of something so beautiful. So if you enter with the option of, if it doesn't work, I'm out, it will not work. So if you want your marriage to last, you have to take out that option of, if it doesn't work, I'm out. It has to work. That's the only option we have. It has to work. So if it's acting up and I know that I have to be here, then we talk it out, we work it out. If he doesn't like something and I know I have to be here, then I make sure that I adjust. If I don't like something, he adjusts. When we first got married, I had this funny habit of when I'm upset. And you see, the thing is, you must understand that you were not brought up in the same home. Same parents didn't raise you. So we have to learn. And there are certain things you will have to unlearn. So when I got married, like I told you, I was very introverted. Very, very. And as a child, if I didn't like something, I wouldn't say anything. I would just sulk. That's how I used to process pain and things I didn't like. And then I ended up going to boarding school. Who are you talking to in boarding school? Nobody. So you just sulk and adjust and just stay on your own and somehow survive. And just pray for a few more days, visiting Sunday or something, or you go home. And so when I got married, my husband did, I can't remember, to be honest, I can't remember. First few months or first few weeks, he did something I didn't like. And I just started sulking. But even though I was sulking, I understood that we couldn't keep married. We had an agreement, we'll not fight in this marriage, all those kind of things. We had agreed. So I knew I wasn't going to be the one to spoil it. So I wake up in the morning, will you eat? He was like, is something wrong? No. Are you sure? Should something be wrong? And the man, honestly, if you say there's nothing wrong with you, he will continue his life. So I would say there's nothing wrong. But of course, when I say nothing, it means ask me more. Ladies, right? So which one is that I've told you nothing, you believe me and walk away? What's that, sir? So Pastor K would, when I say nothing, he will continue his life. And then one of the things that helps me process pain is prayer. So when I'm upset, I pray more. You know, I'm always, I just go to God with my pain. So I'm upset, I'm in my room, I'm praying. And then I'm hearing him in the other room, praying very loudly, singing, off key though, but singing very loudly. And I couldn't take it anymore after a few days. I was like, he didn't ask me what was wrong again, nothing. He was just praying and moving on with his life. So I went to meet him. I said, I think you're wicked. And you're a man of God, though. I was like, wicked, why? I said, I was very upset with you. And here you are praying, you are screaming loud. And he was like, oh, is that what that was? He said, he thought I was being sober and vigilant and studying the word. So he was challenged. So he was like, this new wife cannot come and win me in my home. So she's praying and praying loud. He was sincere. Honestly, I saw how sincere he was. That he said to me, but I asked you if something was wrong and you said no. I said, you believed me. Like that was the first time it occurred to me that men and women are so different. And so my husband said to me, let's settle this once and for all. If something is wrong, you talk, don't sulk. So I realized that if I'm going to be in this marriage, because you are not going anywhere, we agreed we're not going anywhere. If we're not going anywhere, then I might as well be happy. So if I'm going to be happy, that means I need to now start saying the things I don't like and the things I like. Because some people stop at the things they don't like. But if somebody does what you like, then say it too. That I like this thing that you did. Not only complain. So the first thing is, you must shut all windows and all doors. Matthew 19 verse 6 in the New Living Translation says, since there are no longer two but one, let no one split apart what God has joined together.